I met a gypsy.
Hey boys, just a unreal night. Just throwing out a bit of a vibe check here because it was just incredible from start to finish, and from being around all week. Obviously, this is one of the events. It's not like a fly in, fly out kind of deal. Everyone's kind of here. Everyone's kind of together. So it was so cool to see you guys come together as a group. And I think it takes, not just a couple of boys coming home. It really takes a field of guys, and you guys just provided us with amazing racing tonight, an amazing season. So thanks for that. Hunter, go to you. Pretty weird win for you tonight, mate. I think you'll take it. But the opening ceremonies, when you and Jett rolled out together, all week you guys have been so busy, and it's just one thing after another, and I got the impression that it kind of didn't even get to hit you guys yet. Did it hit you in that opening ceremony, just how special this weekend was for you guys?
No, it was like Volkanovski to the face. It was incredible. I said the adrenaline rush from the stadium just erupting that was unreal. That feeling was, honestly a cooler feeling than winning my championships, that just unreal feel. The country behind you is unreal. We cop a lot of shit in America. So to feel that is at home is unreal, and it's just tough to put into words.
And so does this, I guess, solidify an investment from you boys going forward in terms of your time, because I think that money's one thing, but I think you guys are under the pump when it comes to time with your series in America. So maybe, Jett, if you even want to jump in on this one, participation trophy, nice to see you up here, mate. But does this justify the investment and the time, because it is a big commitment?
This is not a podcast, mate. You want to get on with it?
Crazy, Cam. I flew a long way for this.
No, 100%. It's more of a mental investment, to be honest, because after some of the stuff that obviously we've kind of gone through this year, and I mean, especially for me, with fans and crowds and stuff like that, it almost this was a good reset, I was kind of going through a stage where I just hated the sport in a way. I just wanted to race my bike, just kind of cash the check and go. So it was a good reset, and to actually kind of have a feeling of who's behind me, because you always hear the Aussies are behind us and you want to believe it, but you haven't fully got to feel it yet. And I had felt it a little bit in 2019, but it's so long ago you kind of forget the feeling. And to have that, when we came out for the open ceremony, I still get chills now talking about it, just because we've dreamed, now since we've been pros, we've dreamt for that, and we haven't got it. And then now coming back here and getting a whole crowd of almost 60,000 or 50,000 Aussie fans it's unreal, honestly. It's, yeah, like you said, I don't even think it's for the money side of things for us now. What we experience, you can't pay money for that feeling, honestly. Like Hunter said, dude, it takes the top out of all of our championships, so it was unreal. And just to hear them every lap, even making a pass, we were joking around, they were cheering, we were making passes for 6th place, 7th place, and they were cheering, yeah. So it was, just unreal, honestly. I could go on and on about it, and it's just mind-blowing.
Because last year I did the Triple Crown of 75 points per Triple Crown, okay? This Triple Crown, they tallied it to 25 points, so if it would have been pretty close.
It would have been a lot closer, I agree.
Sometimes
you're better lucky than good.
That's it. It's all right. All good.
Jett, mate, this one's for you. This was your first real Supercross season, which is pretty crazy considering the company that you're sitting up here with now. How bad at Supercross were you a couple months ago?
Jeez. Damn.
Yeah, it's a compliment. Look how far he's come.
Yeah, I mean, it did take me a while to get used to it. I don't know, I rode motocross for 9 years straight, and then obviously spent a couple of years in Europe, so we didn't even look at a Supercross track. So I think the first track we built was pretty tamed, and I'm kind of glad that we started off that way and then built it up as we went. So I just rode every race, and then after every race analysed it with the team and my brother, and just tried to be better at the next one. So I feel like to answer your question, I wasn't very good at the start. I was, but in the end, it's a good challenge to try and it's like a refreshing challenge to me to try and just get better every time I ride it. So felt like we achieved that this year, and hopefully we've got some homework to do, and well, I know definitely we've got some homework to do, and try and come back even better next year.
Yeah, because I think when you're a guy that spends so much time in Europe and then you don't kind of ever make the jump to Supercross, you can kind of get in your head as like, I'm not a Supercross guy, like I'm just a motocross guy. So does it change your outlook going forward on like maybe what you're capable of, and does it maybe change the goals going forward?
Yeah, it definitely changes the goals a little bit going forward. Obviously, I've signed here for next year, so I want to do better than what I did this year. And yeah, as for like a long-term goal, I don't think it changes too much. I just want to be better every time. So yeah, not too many long-term goals, but for sure next year I want to be more competitive with these guys. I felt like some races I was around the speed, and then other times I was just way off. So just want to be more consistent and more of the time there.
End of my career, still beat the champ.
Yeah.
Still got it.
He got me.
He's putting down the time sheets.
It's a bit messed
Man,
up. I was cheering for you.
I can print those results, and show you in a few years. I led for a bit. Joey got around me. Then, yeah, he had a flat tire. Then it was like, okay, let's test it a little bit. And it's just those really quick, jerky movements with a shoulder that's just not firing was, it was tough. But yeah.
So you're about to head over to the US. I think a lot of people are going to really get to know your backstory over the next couple of years, but man, you moved out when you were 13 and you've really committed your room right now, and then knowing that you're about to take on a whole new challenge.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to the journey ahead, but this season's been such a learning curve. I feel like I've just built each round, and it's so cool to finally get up on the podium in the last round. I mean, no better way to finish the season.
Congrats, brother. Shane, you've raced all over the world now. You've done multiple different series. You've done 250, you've done 450. I don't think any championship is easy to win, but if you look at all the landscape of all the championships that you've raced over the years, I mean, for maybe the American fans that are listening to this, like, where does Australia stack up in terms of where you've raced globally?
Well, it's the championship. That's where it's been a lot of racing, but it's been a challenge. Like Caden was saying, the gate drops like this is huge wherever you're racing at. I mean, there's always the race intensity and the mental aspect that you can always work on, and that's where this has really helped me a lot. I've been comfortable on the Honda 250 really since I got on it, and setting the bike up has been pretty easy, and just working with the Firepower team. So yeah, I've had a blast to where it's like I could focus on racing, I could focus on my mentality, and it's like when I go to the gate, it's like, hey, we can do this thing. And so it's for sure kind of a new place for me. I've been really in the 450 class for the last couple of years, and this came up last minute, and it's like I'm not afraid to ride the 250. It's like I want to be better on the 450. I really want an opportunity. So yeah, Yariv gave me this opportunity. It's like, hey, this is our job right now, and this is what we're going to go do. So I've honestly had a blast.
How was the vibe? Just on the floor, I mean, from the stands, it was like honestly pretty insane. But as a racer and you're in a championship battle and you're trying to soak in the moment, I guess how was the event from, I guess, that perspective?
Yeah, it was unreal. I've been to the Aus-X Open a couple of times as a kid, the ones in Sydney. So yeah, for me, I'm still
I'm almost still like a fan of the sport, so to be racing, you know, down there is pretty cool. I feel like it's pretty easy to switch off, you know, once you're on the gate to what's around, but yeah, the opening ceremonies and stuff, watching that, it's pretty surreal and cool to be racing here, you know. Just when I think back to even where I was last year and a couple of years ago, and just yeah, making small steps and working things out, but you know, what an unreal night, unreal event, and yeah, definitely the biggest crowd I've ever raced, and that was crazy tonight.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.